The first card you have your past is the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, really sad card. Obviously very, very difficult. Okay, it feels like, okay, I hate saying this. Someone's moved away. It actually feels like they were, yeah, it actually feels like they're influenced by someone. Maybe they were taken away. I know that sounds dramatic, and I know it might not be for everyone, but that might be a possibility here. So I just had to say that. But they're away from you. Someone's away from you. You like to talk to them. You want to talk to them. Someone else is influencing them. Someone else is talking to them, and then listening to this other person, and they've taken them away from you. That's how this feels to me. So yes, someone's really, really influenced, and you're in this, or you're in this really difficult situation, if this is you, obviously. And it feels like a really delicate situation as well. It's like, oh, if I try to do anything, if I try to make a wrong move, it might go wrong and it might backfire. So I have to be really careful about this. Really, really careful. So you definitely wanted to be around them. You definitely wanted to see this person again. You really, really miss them. You wanted to talk to them. You couldn't talk to them. I could see that. If you're still in this, you might still be in this. It's like, I can't see a way out of this. I can't see a way out of this. I really want to talk to them. I really want to be close to them, and I can't do that. It feels like a maze, actually. It feels like you're trying to find your way out of a maze. And there's determination here, though. There's a lot of determination here. It's like, I'm in this maze. It's really hard, but I'm going to get to the end of this. I'm going to see them. I am going to do this. You're not just going to roll over and give up on this. There's a lot of pressure on you as well. A lot of pressure, because I think someone might be pressuring you to just give up on this. But you're not doing that. And, okay, I know this might sound a little bit crazy, but maybe I'm seeing you talking to them. You might talk to them by yourself. You might just sit by yourself. Maybe in your mind, maybe out loud. You might say, no, I won't give up on you. I won't give up on you. And you might even look at their photo, a picture of them, and you might say, no, I'm not going to give up on you. I'm not going to give up on you. That's what I'm getting. Obviously, that's just for some people, but that's what I'm seeing very clearly in my mind. So I have to say that. So hold on to this determination. If this is you, hold on to that determination. Because what I'm getting here is, you're not at the end of this. This is not the end. There's more to come. Okay, this is the other thing I'm getting. Someone wants to see you, so it's probably this person that you want to see. So they want to see you as well. They want to talk to you, but they can't do that. They can't talk to you right now. That's what I'm getting. Because I'm just looking at this poor person in the front here on the crutches, and he's got this bell around his neck. And bells, they're obviously all about communication, but they're about communication without speaking. So they can't speak to you, but they want to communicate with you. If you think of a church bell, and it's like the church bell rings, and the indication is everyone come inside the church, it's time to come in. So it's like they're kind of wanting to reach out to you, and the message they're trying to give you is, it's time to come in, it's time to come toward me. They can't communicate verbally with you for some reason. I'm not saying they can't communicate verbally, but they can't at this time. They can't talk to you. That's what I'm getting, but they want to. So I think you might be feeling this person's energy. You might be feeling it coming from them, because you're very closely connected to them, because that's why I was getting this, speaking to them, looking at their picture and all of that. And you speak to them through in that way. That's what I'm getting. And they're coming to you. This energy is coming to you, because obviously this is a church, and churches are all about spirituality. So you're connected spiritually. So again, yes, they want to come close to you. I'm not exactly sure of all the details of this situation. I can't quite see them here, but it might come out later on in this reading. That happens sometimes. But I can see that you do have this very, very close spiritual connection with this person, and I think you will see them again at some time. I think there's no way that you can't see them again, because you're so connected that you will see this person again. So that's what I'm picking up in that card. So if that's you, just remember that. Just keep that in mind. Don't fall into despair. Keep that in mind. The next card you have, you pass the sun. So here we are. Look at this. The sun. So you'll see them again. You'll see the sun again. Look at the difference between these two cards. It's like a before and after picture. And this is the before and that's the after. So this is what's going to happen. So keep this sun in your mind. If you feel despairing, if you feel like this is never going to happen, I'm never going to see them ever again, it's too hard, don't ever think that. Picture this sun in your mind if that's how you feel, and that will help you. And it might be that this person's a child. It doesn't have to be, but or maybe there's a child involved in this somehow. But if there is, once this is all sorted out, they'll be a lot happier. I can see that, and you can see that here. Look at this child in this card. So whoever this is, yeah, they're separated from you, definitely. They've got hope for this. They've got hope. They've got hope for you. They've got hope that you will see them. They've got hope that you'll see them. I'm getting that really strongly here. So again, do not give up. Don't give up on this. Now, okay, if this is all resonating with you, that there's someone else around this situation or around this person. Now, I'm getting a lot of stubbornness here, a lot of stubbornness. It's like, my way's the right way. That's what I'm saying. My way's the right way. And that's just like a child. And there's this child on this card. And when you've got a spoiled child, that's what they're like. No, 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 I want my own way. And that's what I'm getting. And also with this wall, you know, there's a big wall here. And it's this big wall of stubbornness. And you're going to have to break down this wall somehow. I don't know how. And what I'm seeing is this person that you want to be with or see there on the other side of this wall. So that's what I'm seeing in this card. And yeah, I think there are other people holding this wall up. That there are people around this stubborn person. This is what I'm getting. A lot of yes people, because they're like a spoiled brat, like a child. And they have a lot of these yes people around them, just saying yes to everything they want. Yes, yes, yes. I don't think they're used to people saying no to them. Yeah, it'd be funny if it wasn't so serious, but this is quite a serious situation and it's very, very sad. So it's not funny at all, but yeah. Okay, so there's a lot up ahead of you. There's a big wall up ahead of you. A bit of stress there, a lot of stress actually. I won't pretend there isn't. But you're prepared. You're prepared for this. You're prepared to fight this. You look really, really determined. I'm getting that all over this so far. So keep on going in the way that you're going. Keep on going. Be determined. Don't give up. You'll get there. You will get there. That's the message in this Sun card. Okay, so the last card you have passed is the Fool. Yes. So this can go two ways, this card. Sometimes it can be really positive. You know, it's got this, oh, I don't care what anyone thinks of me. I'm going to do what I want. And that determination could be fantastic. And you've got that. That's the positive aspect of the Fool. There's also this, I'm right, I know I'm right. I'm not going to listen to anyone. And I'm not going to listen to reason. And that's what this other person's like, this very stubborn person. You know, they think they're right. And they've got all these people around them. They're all enabling them. They're all enabling this kind of foolish behaviour. And I actually think the fact that they've got all these people around them, I think that's probably going to be their downfall, actually. Because, you know, if you've got all these kind of yes people around you, well, there are a lot of things to say about yes people. Usually they're telling you what you want to hear just to get some benefit for themselves. That's what yes people do. They're not interested in you, yes people. They're interested in themselves, and they're being all nice because they want something. Usually a real friend will tell you the truth, good or bad, even if it means you won't like them, because they care about you. They genuinely do. But they've got all these yes people around them. And you know, it just makes me think of these, I'm not saying they're like this, but this is what it reminds me of. These, you know, you get these really wealthy people, famous people, musicians or whoever, and they pay all these people around them, and they're all enabling this bad behaviour, drug taking or whatever, because they're being paid to say yes to them. So they've got these yes people. So, I mean, that's an extreme example, obviously. But someone's not being checked here. They're not being checked. There's no one saying, you know, no, you shouldn't do this. That's not a good idea. I don't think you should do this. So eventually, I think that's probably what's going to make them fall off this cliff here. And they don't know this is coming. They can't see this is coming. Look at this fool. He can't see that he's on the edge of the cliff because he's looking up in the sky and he thinks he's fantastic because everyone says yes to him. But he's not seeing there's a big cliff in front of him. So I think that's what's in front of them. And they don't know this. But, you know, I think they do know in the back of their mind, because I think everyone who's doing bad behaviour or foolish behaviour, there's a little bit of them that knows that. There's always a bit that says, oh, I probably shouldn't do this. No, but I'll do it anyway. You know, there's that little bit inside themselves. And, you know, I'm just looking at this sun. And, you know, it's right in the corner of this card. And we can only see a quarter of the sun. So they know. They know what the right thing is, but they're turning their back on the sun, just like this fool. You know, he's got his back to the sun. He's not looking at that sun, so that's what's happening there. And I think this sun's also a message to you, and the fact that it's a quarter of the sun's a message to you as well. The sun's coming again. The sun's coming out again. You can't see it all now. You can only see a quarter of the sun, but it's on the way. You'll get the full sun again, and you'll get this beautiful connection back again at some time because of your determination, because you're not a fool. You know what reality is and you're trying to do your best with that reality, and that's how you're going to get there. So I hope that makes sense to someone. Okay, so I'm just swallowing, I've got a really sore throat. So the first card you have your present, excuse me. Oh yes, sorry about that. Yeah, so the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, I'm still getting the same situation. So I know this is specific, but it's very, very, it's coming up very, very clearly. So I have to tell you what I'm seeing. So yeah, with this really stubborn person, obviously there's not a lot of self-reliance there because they've got all these people around them. So they're relying on all these people all the time. It's almost like over-reliance. Everyone's kind of relying on everyone else, and I don't know if it's this serious, but it feels a little bit like codependency, and I'm seeing family here. So I think all these yes people might be family members maybe, and it feels like maybe you were involved in this at one time or with this person or this family, but you got away. It feels very stifling. It feels like you can't breathe. I think you're in a situation, and I keep on seeing family, so it's probably an accident, it's probably their family, where, you know, everyone knew everything about everyone. And that's just, to me, that just feels like I'm trapped, you know. So, and I think that's how you felt, because I'm getting that feeling. It's just not you to be like that. You're a really independent person. You know, you're an independent thinker. You don't like groupthink and all of that. So you would have hated that. So I can see why you got away from that. But yeah, so you're away from that now. But yeah, they've still got all these people around them. And yeah, okay, there's something else here. It might have something to do with these people, it might not. I can't quite see whether it's related, but it feels like something's owed to you. And obviously this card's about money, so maybe you've got some money that's owed to you. It feels like maybe you've just abandoned this idea. It's like you knew this was owed to you, and you started chasing this, you started kind of seeing what you could do about this, but then it was like, well, it's not worth it, I couldn't be bothered, I'm just leaving it. So I think that's what happened. I think you might have just left this. And I always get these feelings of, you know, super, super independence around you. I can stand on my own, I don't need anyone, I don't need anyone to help me. It's that kind of thing. And that's really, really fantastic. I really admire that about Capricorns. I love that about Capricorn. But this is yours. You know, this is yours. It's not like you're asking for help. This is already yours. I can see this money. I can see this, and it's sitting somewhere, and it's just doing nothing. And it needs to be yours. It needs to be in your bank account or in your wallet or wherever it should be. It belongs to you. So if this is resonating, if that makes sense to you, see if you can start this up. Try and chase this up again if you can. Because it belongs to you. It really feels as if it's in the wrong place right now. That's kind of what I'm getting. Okay, so the next card you have your presence, the King of Swords. You know, I love this card. It's a really beautiful card. There's a lot of tenderness in this card. And a lot of people don't see that. They see this kind of really grumpy looking king, but there's a really soft side to this card. You know, there are angels here, butterflies everywhere. And again, like, you're sitting there and you know this person's thinking about you. You know they want to be with you, and you're thinking about them as well. And at the moment, you've got this kind of hard-line determination, just like this king's face. But really, you've got that determination because you feel that love for that person. And that's where that determination's coming from. Sorry about that, siren. Okay, so right, so something else I'm getting here. Yeah, you're really preoccupied. You're really preoccupied. Obviously, you're preoccupied with the situation, because you're trying to get back to someone again. So that's really taking up a lot of your mind. You're busy with work as well. You're always busy with work. I see that all the time. But someone feels a little bit left out, I think, a little bit forgotten maybe. Now, I can't quite see if this is a love connection, but or if it's someone that's just around you, close to you. There's definitely love there, but it might be platonic love. I can't quite see that. But you do have love for them, and they care for you as well. There's a little bit of anger here, a little bit of anger around them, a little bit of being upset, emotions, and there's an emotional distance between you as well. Yeah, this is they're really close to you. I think they're around your home, or they might be in your home actually. And it feels like you'd like to be a little bit closer to them as well, but you don't want to be too overbearing. It feels like a bit of a tightrope walk actually. So, okay, yeah, this is what I'm seeing. I think they've lost something or someone. They've had a loss. And that's what it feels like to me, yeah. They're coping with some kind of loss. That's what I'm getting. And that's why they're grumpy. That's why they're upset. That's why they're not close to you. And so, okay, so I'm seeing this really clearly. They need to take the lead in this. There's a lot of care. It's coming from both sides. You care about each other. You might not be feeling that care coming from them right now because they've got this thing that they're coping with. And I don't think they're feeling that from you either, because you're preoccupied. So if this is making sense to you, if this is resonating, just be there. Just be there for them. Just be ready to listen. Let them open up to you, because what I'm seeing is they will open up when they're ready. But if you push things, it might not work. It might make them go backwards actually. So just let them do things in their way, in their time. They are going to come towards you at some time. So just be a little bit patient. Just let them come to you, if that makes sense to you. Okay, so the last card you have, your presence, the Nine of Swords. Yeah, so yeah, they've had some kind of loss, and they're trying to process that. They're really kind of coping with all that. So they'll get through this, and they might not be telling you about this, but just keep the gates open and they will eventually walk through. But they have to do this themselves, so don't push this. I'm getting that again here. Okay, so yeah, I'm getting this again. I'm getting this stubborn person here again in the Fool card. Okay, so this is probably going to sound a bit horrible, actually. But, you know, they've backed themselves into a corner. That's what I'm seeing. They've done this to themselves. They've put themselves in this really difficult position that they don't want to be in. And I was seeing that coming in the Fool card. And now I think this is happening here in the Nine of Swords. They've pushed themselves off this cliff, off this cliff, and they've backed themselves into this corner. So, and yeah, again, I think this is probably an axe. They've got all these people around them. It's almost like they've got this buffer around them. It's like insulation, but they've created this cage. There's this cage around them for themselves. They've got this cage around them, this cage of dependence on other people. That's what this cage is. And look at that. You can see the cage in this card. And yeah, if you look at the squares on this quilt, you know, the yellow squares, yellow represents thought, it represents intellect, and red roses are all about manifestation. So they wanted to manifest having these people around them. They wanted to be dependent on these people. They felt safe, they felt like they wanted these people around them, but now they're creating this cage for them, and they're really, really regretting this now. They're really regretting this. They wanted to manifest this, they wanted this, but they're regretting it. And if this is an ex, you're definitely the more independent one here, because they've got this kind of safety and numbers mentality, but obviously it's not working for them now because the cracks are starting to show in this plan now. And I don't want to be happy about someone having a bad time, but this is your reading. I'm on your side here. So, and you know, you've got this battle in front of you, and I was seeing that in the Five of Pentacles. And if this is your opponent, and I think they are, and if they're weakening, which is what I'm seeing here, you've got more of a chance of success now with that. But again, whatever you're doing with this situation, you're on the right track. Keep on going. I was seeing that with the Sun card. This is more evidence that you are on the right track. So that's what I'm seeing here. And keep that determination up. I'm seeing that everywhere. Keep up your determination. Okay, so the false card you've got for your future is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so all these cards that you've got for your future, they're really, really fantastic for this situation. And you can see exactly what's going to happen in the situation now. And yeah, this is the situation where, you know, you've got this, you want to be close to this person. So it's looking really good for that. So I'm going to talk about all three of these cards together. Now, with the Queen of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, what they're both showing me is, again, I was seeing this before and I'm seeing it again. This might be a child that you'd like to see again, or there might be a child involved in this, you know, because you've got this nurturing queen, and you know, pages can be children as well, so it might be that. So that's popping up everywhere. So there might be some kind of child involved in this somewhere. Now, they're both really, really positive cards. They've got gold all over them, and there's also a lot of love, a lot of care, a lot of tenderness in both of those cards. And you know, yellow and gold also represents, you know, communication. So I think what's going to happen is tender communication is going to come to both of you eventually. You're going to get together eventually, and you're going to have really loving, really tender communication. And I think in this battle, or this kind of difficult problem you've got in front of you, and to tackle this big wall that you've got in front of you, it looks like you might be planning on getting someone who's some kind of professional, some kind of official person around this. And I think they're going to step in, and they're really going to shake a lot of things up around this. I'm seeing this person giving you advice. I'm seeing this person helping you. And again, it feels like they're very official. Some kind of official person, and they're going to influence everything in the situation. So I hope that makes sense to you. You might not know who that is yet. But yeah, beautiful red roses as well above the Queen of Pentacles, and they're forming an arch. So there's this beautiful arch of manifestation, and arches are about protection. So again, you want to protect this person that you want to be close to. And you will be able to do that. And there's determination here as well, because manifestation is about, I know I can do this, I know I can, and you know you can do this. And that's where your strength is. The fact that you've determined and you know that you can do this. Yeah, so you're going to see them again. You're going to see them again. It's all over this reading. And with the Five of Cups, obviously, you know, things aren't happy now. We all know that. You're in the Five of Pentacles maybe now. But, you know, you're missing them. Of course you are. But there's a bridge here. Look at this bridge. It's open. And so communication's coming back over this bridge. So, yeah, if this is you, keep on going down the path you're on, and you'll absolutely 100% get there. They want that to happen too, and they're relying on you. They're relying on you to come close to them, to sort this all out. You can absolutely do this if this is you. If this is all making sense to you, keep that determination up. I think that's the most important thing here. And if you start to flag, if you start to go, oh, this won't happen, picture this Sun card in your mind. Picture the sun in your head.